Looking for a blast of fun? Head to Wild Bill's Fun Center. Get lost in our thrilling arcade, hit a strike in their state-of-the-art bowling alley, and dive into the ultimate laser tag showdown. It's the perfect spot for fun, whether you're 5 or 95. It's fun for the whole family. It's also the perfect place to have a birthday party with their party rooms. Wild Bill's Fun Center, 1100 South Jeffers in North Platte, where the fun never stops.
In the morning, North Platte's favorite music this hour is powered by Jansen Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in North Platte. See their inventory at jansenchryslerjeepdodge.com. And catch me in the morning here on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
North Platte High Sports on NorthPlattePost.com, FM 98.1 and AM 1410 are brought to you by Another Round Sports Bar and Grill at River's Edge Golf Course. Premier Toyota. Let's go places. Crawl Clinic Physical Therapy and Athletic Enhancement. Smokin' Double D's at Butch's in Hershey. Zeller Motors. Bad Apple Repair. Fix your iPhone or iPad. Rooster Roll-Offs. The Gathering Spot. And the Justin Thompson Agency. American Family Insurance.
Herbert in motion. The pitch out to Sam Herbert. He's going to have some space for the legs. Hit the open field. Sam Herbert with the touchdown. I mean, he exploded through that open hole. Ewing's attack finds the mark. 21-13.
Today's game also brought to you in part by the D&N Event Center, Mid-Plains Community College, Runza, Great Plains Foot and Ankle, Farm Bureau Financial, Larry's Glass, Dave's Place, Puro Clean, Bill Summers Ford Honda Lincoln Nissan, Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy, Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment, and Shelter Insurance, Pete Balls and Brent Rogo.
The ball comes out once again, and it's picked up by the Bulldogs. Another fumble, this time from Michael Wojcicki, and North Platte's going to pick it up. Holy moly, yet again this Bulldog defense coming in clutch. As Fuller now fires into Dibert. That one drilled out to center. It's going all the way. Another home run for the Bulldogs. They take the lead, 9-8. Are you believing in miracles right now?
Watch today's game live at NorthPlattePost.com. Brought to you by WB's Fun Center and Brigham's. Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome in, everybody, here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex for the lone game today for North Platte High School and the Bulldogs girls varsity softball team as North Platte High taking on Hastings St. Cecilia this time for a chance for the Bulldogs to get back to 500 this season. Of course, coming off of an impressive last couple of days for North Platte High School when it comes to their softball record. They on Saturday were part of a triangular taking on both Gehring as well as Gothenburg and Shadron. And the Bulldogs came away from said contest 2-3 overall with 2 big victories against Shadron in a blowout 10-0, and then against Gothenburg 8-6. They did fall in the first game of the day, though, against Gehring and the Bulldogs 6-3 to put the Bulldogs now at 5-6 on this season. So Bulldogs off to a pretty good start here in this opening first quarter of the softball season. I don't even know if I can say first quarter. We're kind of blitzing through the season already. Before you know it, we're almost a month away from district competition. I know that's quite scary to say the least, but Bulldogs taking on a very, very strong and competitive Hastings St. Cecilia team that is currently sitting at 8-2 on the season, coming off of a loss to Bishop Newman on Saturday, 11-10. They were also part of a triangular. Took on Omaha Gross Catholic as well as Aquinas and Bishop Newman. The Blue Jays for Hastings St. Cecilia took down Aquinas 10-6, and then Omaha Gross Catholic 11-4 before falling to Bishop Newman in that last game, 11-10, and now sit at 8-2. On the season. Last time Bulldogs were in Hastings, Bulldogs are taking on Lincoln Standing Bear and the Grizzlies, and boy, oh boy, was that a bloodthirsty matchup between these two teams of the Grizzlies of Lincoln Standing Bear and then, of course, North Platte High School. That ended in a 16-13 victory for North Platte High School. They, in the closing seconds of the game, had a commanding lead over Hastings St. Cecilia. I think at one point it was 16-8 going into that bottom of the seventh. Against Lincoln Standing Bear. It was a now 16-8 lead for the Bulldogs before it all kind of went away, but luckily for North Platte High School, they did close it out in that bottom of the seventh inning, winning 16-13 before they went on to then go 2 for 3 at their most recent triangular in Gehring. Bulldogs, though, facing a much tougher opponent here in today's contest, being one Hastings St. Cecilia. So we'll step aside and take a break here on the Quick Stop pregame show. We come back. More and most certainly our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup right here at FM 98.1 AM 1410. And as always, video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com with our video sponsor for today, Wild Bill's Fun Center.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. With your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gives you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
This fall, harvest big savings at Bill Summers in North Platte. Reap the rewards. Fall into incredible deals on a great inventory of new and especially pre-owned vehicles. Whether you're hunting for a budget-friendly ride or your dream car, Bill Summers has you covered. Don't wait. Call or visit Bill Summers in North Platte today or browse their unbeatable selection online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Your perfect car is just a click. Call or visit away.
Attention, North Platte and surrounding communities. Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment is now proudly serving you from their new location at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right next to Great Plains Urgent Care. Their expert team is here to meet all your home care needs. Whether you need wheelchairs, mobility scooters, lift chairs, or more, they've got the equipment to make your home safer and more comfortable. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510 and take the first step towards regaining your independence.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See me, Shelter Agent Brent Rogo at 405 East C Street and find out why so many of our clients would recommend Shelter.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM, KWOQ AM, North Platte. Merrick's Ranch House is a proud supporter to bring you this game. Dine in, order online at merricksnp.com, use DoorDash, or call 532-8200 for carryout. Merrick's Ranch House.
This is the Bulldog pregame show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. Stop.
Welcome back here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. I just broke my pen, and I am so deeply saddened by that news. But North Platte High School and the Bulldogs taking on Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Jays here today in some softball action. 8-2 for Hastings St. Cecilia compared to North Platte High School, who are sitting at 5-6, looking to get back to 500 once again this season, as they are slowly, I wasn't even say slowly, but steadily, but quickly moving through the start of this season. Bulldogs now on a 2-game winning streak, looking to bridge that into a 3-game winning streak. And with that, we'll jump into our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers homemade waffle cones and bowls alongside homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. Hey, they also have available the ice cream trailer for all your outdoor events. We'll start on the side of the home team, Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Jays here. Kyler Widener will be in center field batting leadoff for Hastings St. Cecilia, with Izzy Kvols in right field batting the 2-hole. Abby Musalik will be on over catching for the side of Hastings St. Cecilia, with Audrey Rosso pitching on the mound. Paisley Mangers will be the designated player today, with Brooke Bolke on over at first. Maddie Bauer at third base, with Chloe Rousseau on over at shortstop. Avery Kissinger at second base, and then Tatum Hawkinson will be in left field as the flex player for the side of Hastings St. Cecilia. For North Platte High School and the Bulldogs, you got Casey Joe Munson will be leading off at second base, with Jaylee Comer in center field for North Platte. J.C. Lear at left field, with Katie Titus at shortstop. Tiffany Townsend will be catching for North Platte High School, with Savannah Gove, the designated player today for the Bulldogs. Lexus Erickson at third base, Malia Harmon at first base, Ari Reyna on the mound, with Abby Stifler being the flex player for North Platte High School on over in right field. We're just a tad bit away here from the start of today's game. It is currently 5:30, and it is 90 degrees outside. Our time and temperature brought to you in part by Lindemeyer Law Offices. Their lineup consists of all-star attorneys Bob Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikert, Kent Forum, Kent Turnbull, as well as Victoria Hervey and Natalie Hoffman. When life gets to the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 outs, we will step up to the plate and hit a home run for you. Call Lindemeyer Law, 534-6740 today. Let's get to another break here on the Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner here on FM 98.1 and 1410 and video live streaming NorthPlattePost.com, with our video sponsor being Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Summer's winding down, but there's still time to tee off at River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Enjoy a round on their beautifully maintained greens, complete with modern amenities and stunning views. And when the game's over, treat yourself to an unforgettable dining experience at Another Round, where amazing food and drinks are served up in a relaxed, inviting atmosphere. Remember, they're open to the public. River's Edge Golf Club and Another Round Sports Bar, where great golf meets great dining. Come on out and have another round with them.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
If you'd like to start feeling better today, physical therapy can get your health back on track. This is Dr. Chris Kroll at Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, and our mission is to serve you by equipping you with the power to reclaim your health. Whether you're dealing with chronic pain, acute injury, or following surgery, we take great pride in helping you return to the activities you love. Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, balancing bodies, restoring life. Most insurance is accepted and no facility fees.
Got a crack? Get it fixed fast at Larry's Glass. From windshields to windows, Larry's Glass in North Platte has been your trusted glass repair and replacement experts for over 40 years. Whether it's your car, home, or business, Larry's Glass gets it done right the first time. They've also got a job for you if you've got the talent. Don't let a little crack become a big problem. Call Larry's Glass at 532-7675 or stop in at 211 East 5th. Fast, friendly, and reliable service you can count on.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Bill Smith Softball Conference Complex here today. North Platte High School and the Bulldogs taking on Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Jays in some softball action today here on the Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. Bulldogs 5-6 on the season compared to Hastings St. Cecilia, who are 8-2. The Bulldogs on a 2-game winning streak compared to St. Cecilia, who is currently on a 1-game losing streak. One of the toughest teams Bulldogs will have to be faced today. And let's start off with, of course, let's get into our, I say that twice, our Owls lock and safe keys to today's game, as the Bulldogs will be looking to advance to 3-0 in the past couple of days, and they'll be doing so hopefully against this Blue Jays squad, which is probably one of the toughest in Class B. It all starts from the offensive side of things. Of course, they're going to be facing off against a very, very star-studded pitcher today from the side of the Blue Jays and Hastings St. Cecilia with Audrey Rousseau. So for the Bulldogs, it has to be don't get behind in the count on your own accord. So it's okay if you can take a couple of strikes from just not swinging, but if you take some really bad swings and put yourself, I would say purposefully behind, but get behind due to your own misjudgments of some of the softballs, that's when things can get a little dicey. So make sure that you stay well within your own range of the swings and hit when you find something that you find suitable. On the pitching side, of course, Ari Rana last out only lasted 2 2/3 innings, only allowing 1 hit for her, who is on the mound today for North Platte High School. Go the opposite way of what happened last time against Lincoln Standing Bear and the Grizzlies, where Ari Rana gave up too many ground ball hits. I think today, for the success of the Bulldogs, it's going to be on Ari Rana to make sure that her pitches can cake the corners of the zone a little bit better, but also really implement that off-speed pitch and get Hastings St. Cecilia to pop some balls up, as that first pitch on the side of Rousseau is just a bit outside for ball number 1-1. Casey Jo Munson, and now she'll see a fastball that's tied in for ball number 2. It's 2-0 the count, quickly to Casey Jo Munson to start this game off. Again, our Owls lock and safe keys to the game, securing North Platte and the surrounding areas for over 50 years. As that one is swung on and missed by Munson for strike number 1. It's 2-1 the count now here in this top of the first inning, as the Bulldogs facing off against Hastings St. Cecilia for the first time this season. Is that another pitch from Audrey Rousseau is too high upstairs for ball 3. It's now 3-1 the count now, as Munson gets back into the batter's box. The 3-run pitch is going to be tied inside. Ooh, we're going to say a late call from the home plate umpire, as Casey Jo Munson thought that ball was once again just below the knees and tied inside for ball 4, but it's strike 2. It's 3-2 the count now, as the full count pitch swung on, lopped into left field, and will fall just in front of the center fielder, Kyler Widener. And Casey Jo Munson trying to stretch it to 2, and she gets called out at second. Too much aggression there from Casey Jo Munson as it looked like an easy single into left field. She tried to extend it to 2, and unfortunately for Casey Jo Munson, she gets out at second, and just like that, there's already one down here in this top of the first inning for Jaylee Comer. Infield playing up for a bunt against Comer as that pitch from Russo is outside for ball number 1. As we all know, the Bulldogs not only are very aggressive on the base pads, but also a very, very speedy team, and Hastings St. Cecilia identifies that already with both third and first. Maddie Bauer at third and Brooke Bolke on over at first, really playing up, expecting a bunt from Comer, but so far 2 pitches up above the zone for Audrey Rosso, and making that, I would say 3, but this time it paints the upper left corner of the zone for strike number 1. 2-1 the count now to Comer. J.C. Lear on deck with Katie Titus in the hole for North Platte High School here in this top of the first inning. Comer swings and misses for strike number 2. It's 2-2 the count now to Jaylee Comer here in this top of the first on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. 0-0 the score. It's Rossau's pitch. He is outside for ball number 3. It's 3-2 the count now with 1 out in this top of the first inning. As Comer looking to get on with a walk and put a Bulldog on the base pads. First time today. The pitch. That one is low below the knees and in the dirt for ball 4. And on over to first goes the dangerous Jaylee Comer, as she will most certainly be a steal threat for the Bulldogs, as J.C. Lear now steps up to the plate for the first time today. Wouldn't be shocked if we saw Jaylee Comer take off and Lear try to lay a bunt down. Katie Titus on deck with Tiffany Townsend in the hole. North Platte High School. First pitch into Lear's outside. The throw on over to second with Jaylee Comer will not be in time, as Comer will successfully steal second. I'm not at all shocked to see Jaylee Comer steal on the first pitch. As was a good throw from Abby Musalik at catching position to get it to second quickly, as a bunt laid down by J.C. Lear. Thrown over to first will be in time, so they'll get the second out. But a good sacrifice bunt from J.C. Lear to move Jaylee Comer on over to third base here in this top of the first inning, but there's already 2 down here with Katie Titus now up to bat for the first time. Titus, if you remember correctly, did hit a grand slam, or not a grand slam, a 3-run home run last time here in Hastings against Lincoln Standing Bear. As next pitch is right down the middle for strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. As Titus looking to bring Jaylee Comer home against Audrey Rossau. As that one slowly rolls into the dirt in front of Titus for for ball number 2. It's 2-1 the count now in this top of the first inning on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. 0-0 the score. Jaylee Comer in scoring position at third base. 2-1. Once again, high this time above the letters for ball 3. It's 3-1 the count now with 2 outs here in this top of the first inning. As Titus now staring down the barrel of a walk in her first plate appearance today for North Platte High School. And she will not be able to see that walk, as just squeaking in on the upper right corner there is a strike. Good pitch placement from Audrey Rossau, and with that it's 3-2 the count now. With a runner in scoring position at third, as Titus will lop that one into the gap in right center field as it goes over the netting for a ground rule double to Katie Titus, but that will score the run on over at third base. As a first double today for Katie Titus will bring North Platte its first runner. As now it is a 1-1, it's a 1-0 lead for North Platte High School in the top of the first on the Wicked Fast scoreboard, with Katie Titus at second base for Tiffany Townsend. Appearing for the first time today as that pitch from Rossow is outside for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count. Savannah Gove on deck with Alexis Erickson in the hole for the Bulldogs. Already leading 1-0 in this ball game. 1-0. That one right down the center for strike number 1 to Townsend, the catcher today. 1-1 the count now. Runner in scoring position, Katie Titus at second base for the Bulldogs. Rossow gets back into the pitching circle. We'll get the sign in from Musalik and deliver. Another pitch that's in the zone for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count with 2 down here in this top of the first inning. On the Wicked Fast scoreboard. As Rossow looking for her first strikeout in the end of this inning. That one lopped on over to the shortstop, Chloe Rossow, and that's how this inning will come to an end, as Bulldogs did get 1 run across on the 1 hit, and with that, we're going to the bottom of the first inning. Bulldogs leading 1-0 here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com, sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Get ready for the ultimate fun day out. Start at Brigham's Tap Room with a brand new menu you won't want to miss. Catch all of the action on game day with your favorite teams on our big screens. Pair the excitement with amazing drinks, and you've got the ultimate game day experience at Brigham's Tap Room. And when you're ready for more fun, head over to Wild Bill's Fun Center. Dive into our action-packed arcade, knock down pins in our bowling alley, and gear up for an epic laser tag battle. There's something for everyone at Wild Bill's, where the fun never stops.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Visit Jay Engel in North Platte at www.fbfs.com.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Bottom of the first inning, a 1-0 lead for North Platte High School and the Bulldogs. Of course, our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. See Kevin McGann at 621 South Dewey Street in North Platte for farm, crop, auto, home, and commercial insurance. Also, thank you to our other sponsors here for today's game on the Sports Zone packages. For Premier Toyota, we'll find a friendly and easy to work with staff that will help you find the perfect car for you. Whether you're looking for something new or pre-owned, Premier Toyota has a wide selection of vehicles to help you choose from, as well as Another Round Bar and Grill and River's Edge Golf Course. At Another Round Bar and Grill, it is where fun meets fine dining, with the relaxed atmosphere of a sports bar and the sophisticated menu and service that you expect from an upscale restaurant. As now up to bat for the first time here today for Hastings St. Cecilia, following the line-out last inning from Tiffany Townsend. Kylie Widener, is she'll see a pitch from Ari Reyna for ball number 1. Reyna coming into today's contest, the pitcher that shut out Shadron on Saturday in the final game of the triangular for North Platte High School. As another pitch will be upstairs from Ari Reyna for ball number 2. She went 3 2/3 inning, only giving up 1 hit. And this is in contrast to last Thursday when she was facing off against Lincoln Standing Bear. Gave up 13 runs on 11 hits, as she'll find the strike zone for the first time today against Kyler Widener, the center fielder for the Blue Jays, as she delivers 2-1. That one swung on and missed by Widener for strike number 2. It's 2-2 the count now to Widener. Izzy Voles in on deck with Abby Musalik in the hole for Hastings St. Cecilia. The 2-2. That one going to be tapped down the third baseline, foul. That's gloved up by Alexis Erickson. So we'll still stay at 2-2 in this bottom of the first inning on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. A 1-0 lead for North Platte High School. As Reyna will get the sign in from catcher Tiffany Townsend and get back into the pitching circle and deliver the 2-2. check swing as that's above the letters for ball number 3 from Ari Reyna. It's 3-2 the count now. Nobody out. Bottom of the first inning, a 1-0 lead for North Platte High School. The 3-2, as that one is below the knees for ball number 4 and on over to first base with a leadoff walk in this bottom of the first inning. Kyler Widener is now Izzy Cavols comes into bat for her first attempts against Ari Reyna. Nobody out. Runner at first base for the blue, for Hastings St. Cecilia. As Reyna's first pitch into Cavols as the runner goes. A check swing that's going to make its way into right field for a base hit. So Izzy Cavols is trying to check swing on that pitch, but her bat made contact with the softball and it loops its way into right field for the first hit today for Hastings St. Cecilia. With that, a runner on over at first and second for the Blue Hawks with nobody out in this bottom of the first inning. As it's Abby Musalik will whop one into right field just in front of Abby Stifler for the second hit already, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. I believe we'll have a courtesy runner checking in for one Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. That, I'm going to find the number, I believe that's going to be Trinity Hernscher. It'll be taken on over at first in the courtesy runner. Still a 1-0 lead for North Platte High School. Following the single into right field from Abby Musalik, as that one's going to be fouled off for strike number 1 from the pitcher, Audrey Rossau, as she has an opportunity to not only either tie this game up with the single, but maybe bring some more runs home for Hastings St. Cecilia with the bases loaded here in this bottom of the first inning. 1-0 lead for North Platte on the wicket pass scoreboard as that one's rocketed past the glove of Lexus Erickson. Fair. 1 run will score. Another run will come across, and just like that, it's a double for Audrey Rossau as it just bounced off the glove of Lexus Erickson at third base. And with that, 2 runs come across for Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. And just like that, North Platte High School is trailing 2-1 with another courtesy runner coming in for Hastings St. Cecilia. Couldn't catch the number on that one, so if I get a number, I'll let you know. But now coming up to bat, the designated player today, Paisley Mangers, facing Ari Reyna for the first time, as that one's called for strike number 1 from Reyna into Mangers. As next pitch into Mangers is swung on and fouled down the first base side for strike number 2. As it's an 0-2 and slowly chopped on over and out of the glove of Katie Titus at shortstop. So another run comes across for Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. It takes a wicked bounce in front of Katie Titus at shortstop, and with that, another run will come across. The 4th hit in this bottom of the first inning for Hastings St. Cecilia. There's still nobody out. And it's 3-1 now, the lead, with first baseman Brooke Bolke now coming up to bat for the first time today. As on over at third base is, that one's going to be just outside, actually very far outside to Bolke for ball number 1. As it's Ella Musalik on over at third, the courtesy runner. It's 1-0 the count now to Brooke Bolke with Mangers at first and Musalik on over at third base. The runner going to make her way on over to second, there being Paisley Mangers, and she'll successfully steal second with no contest on the throw as Tiffany Townsend threw it back to pitcher Ari Reyna. It's 2-0 the count now. To Bolke as she'll swing one into center field. It gets over the head of Jaylee Comer, hits the fence. One run will score, and then another. It's already a 5-1 lead for Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks in this bottom of the first inning. As that is a 2-run RBI single from Brooke Bolke, and now up comes Maddie Bauer for the first time today against Ari Reyna. Reyna up to 14 total pitches, 8 strikes to 6 balls. As Bolke's on over at first, that one swung on to Katie Titus. It gets through her glove yet again at shortstop, and another runner advances. Titus had great positioning on at shortstop, but unfortunately, it just squeezes right through her glove, and another runner gets aboard for Hastings St. Cecilia, and it's now 5-1 on the wicked fast scoreboard as time's going to be called as Coach Leah O'Donnell-Garino will go out and have a conversation with her infield to calm them down. Currently 5-1 on the wicked fast scoreboard in favor of the Blue Hawks. With runners at first and second, nobody out here in this bottom of the first inning. We knew it was going to be a tough opponent today North Platte High School will be going against with the Blue Hawks of Hastings St. Cecilia. 8-2 on the season. Bulldogs 5-6, but so far the Blue Hawks getting all the best of their offense. Has some fantastic games, and then she's had a couple of games that have gotten away from her as Katie Titus will be now taking over on the mound. Raina, 19 total pitches, 12 strikes to 7 balls today before she was pulled. So Titus will now be taking over for North Platte High School. Out in right field for the Bulldogs. In today's contest, Savannah Gove will move to right. And then Abby Stifler will move on over to shortstop. So with runners at the corners now and a 7-1 lead here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. Here comes Katie Titus now up for North Platte High School to try and stop the bleeding. She'll be facing off against the leadoff batter, Kyler Widener, who comes around for her second at-bat in this bottom of the first inning. 7-1 the lead for Hastings St. Cecilia. 7 runs, 8 hits. No errors for North Platte High School. As Avery Kissinger makes her way over to first, and Chloe Rossow on over to third. As Titus and the Bulldogs infield try to batten the hatches down and stop the bleeding, as it's again 7-1 on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. This bottom of the first. Have you downloaded the My Phillips 66 app yet? If not, you're missing out on so much savings with Wicked Fast. Wicked Fast is the most advanced and easy pumps in the North Platte area. Stop in, fill up, and say hello to their friendly staff and grab a snack at Wicked Fast, located across from the Do It Center in North Platte. And remember to sign up today for the My Phillips 66 app and start saving today. So, Coach Greeno having a word with the home plate umpires about the rotations is now the infield will once again go meet with Katie Titus. A long discussion with Coach Greeno about the substitution. So, once again, the outfield looks like this. J.C. Lear in left field. Jaylee Comer in center with Savannah Gove now taking over at right field. For the North Platte High School infield, Tiffany Townsend behind home plate catching. Katie Titus now on the mound. Taking over for Ari Reyna, who's given up 7 runs on 8 hits here in this bottom of the first inning. Malia Harmon at first. Casey Jo Munson at second. With Abby Stifler at shortstop and Lexus Erickson at third base. So, as finally the discussion has gotten all tied up and we're ready to get underway once again here in this bottom of the first inning. 7-1 lead for Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. As Titus now will face Kyler Widener for the first time today. This is Widener's second plate appearance. She walked in her first plate appearance against Ari Reyna in the bottom of the first inning. Now facing off against a new pitcher in her second swing around the base pads. Katie Titus, 7-1 is the lead on the Wicked Fast scoreboard as Titus's first pitch is outside, and Avery Kissinger will take off from second and successfully steal second base. And now there's 2 runners in scoring position for the Blue Hawks of Hastings St. Cecilia. 1-0 count to Widener. Izzy Cavol's on deck with Abby Musalik in the hole for the Blue Hawks. There's a bunt going to be laid down there by Widener, and it's going to fall foul just in front of Lexus Erickson for strike number 1. As it almost stayed fair, but sneaks out just before Erickson can glove it. It's 1-1 the count now with nobody out here in this bottom of the first inning on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. 7-1 lead for the Blue Hawks of Hastings St. Cecilia. We knew they'd be a tough team coming into today with an 8-2 record, and they are putting all that 8-2 record on display. Titus's next pitch is upstairs for ball number 2. It's 2-1 the count now. Probably going to take a few pitches for Katie Titus to get fully warmed up and ready into pitching shape as, once again, 2 runners on the base pads. Kissinger at second, Chloe Rossow at third. 2-1, swing and a miss there by Kyler Widener for strike number 2. It's 2-2 the count now here in this bottom of the first inning. Bulldogs have quite a hole to come out of if they want to continue this winning streak, sitting at 2 games. That one little chopper will be gloved up by Abby Stifler at shortstop. Almost lost her balance, but she's able to concentrate enough and grab the first out of this bottom of the first inning as Widener will fly out to Stifler, and just like that, there's already 1 down here in this bottom of the first inning. Still a 7-1 lead for the Blue Hawks. On the wicked fast scoreboard. Now up to bat now comes Izzy Cavols. She singled into right field in her first plate appearance against Ari Reyna. She'll be facing off against Katie Titus, and she'll sky one into the right yet again, and it falls just fair past the glove of Savannah Gove. That one just falling in front of the foul line, and just like that, it's a stand-up triple for Izzy Cavols, and just like that, another 2 runs come across for Hastings St. Cecilia. It's 9-1 as Abby Musalik will now face off against Katie Titus. I mean, it just falled barely fair along the right field line. Just a couple of millimeters and it would have pulled foul as Izzy Cavols now in scoring position. Good glove by Stifler. The throw to first in time, so they'll get the easy out at first with Abby Musalik, but that will allow a runner to come home for the Blue Hawks, and just like that, it's now a 10-1 lead with 2 down here in this bottom of the first inning. Audrey Rostow now will check in. She doubled in her first plate appearance as it bounced off the glove of Katie Titus and allowed for Rostow to get all the way to second. First pitch from Katie Titus will squeak just outside for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now. Still in this bottom of the first inning. Lauren Bowers now warming up for North Platte High School in the bullpen, as it's 1-0 the count to Audrey Rostow, as she'll see a pitch that's just a bit outside for ball 2 upstairs. On deck, Paisley Mangers, and then Brooke Bulkey for the side, facing St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. 2-0 count now from Titus. That time she'll find the strike zone just below the letters for strike number 1. 2-1 now, with a 10-1 lead in favor of Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. 2-1 with 2 down. The bottom of the first inning on the wicked fast scoreboard. That one skied into center, and it is absolutely smothered by the pitcher Audrey Rostow, and it's a home run for the Blue Hawks, and it's now it is now 11-1 as a solo home run from Audrey Rostow clears the fence. And things just getting from bad to worse from the Bulldogs here in this bottom of the first inning. As once again, Paisley Mangers now up to bat. She singled past the glove of Katie Titus at shortstop in her last plate appearance. As with 2 down in this bottom of the first on the wicked fast scoreboard, Bulldogs trailing by 10, 11-1. Mangers will be facing Katie Titus for the first time today as the Bulldogs look to get out of this inning. Only giving up those 11 runs. Fastball is high and outside for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now for Katie Titus against the designated player Paisley Mangers. Another pitch from Titus will be down in the dirt for ball 2. A quick 2-0 count in favor of Mangers as Lauren Bowers continues to warm up and now looks to be completed with her warm-ups for North Platte High School. 2-0. Swing and driven into center field. Back goes Jaylee Comer, and yet again it's another home run, this time from Paisley Mangers. Back-to-back home runs on the side of Hastings St. Cecilia, and it's now 12-1 in favor of the Blue Hawks. As that might actually do it here for Katie Titus in this game, as Coach Leah O'Donnell-Greeno pulling on over Lauren Bowers, but Titus will see another hitter for the side of the Blue Hawks, being Brooke Bulkey. She singled into center field in her first plate appearance today. Following Bulky, Maddie Bauer, then Chloe Rossau. Bases are empty for the side of the Blue Hawks. 12-1 now, as Katie Titus gets the sign in from Tiffany Townsend. And that one's going to fall out of the glove of Townsend, and now we're going to have time called as Townsend might be a little banged up. The softball kind of got into her glove, but pulled the glove off and right through her hand. So she's okay, as out goes Coach Green will have a word with Tiffany Townsend. But first pitch from Katie Titus will be low for ball number 1 to Brooke Bolke, as it's 12-1 in favor of Hastings St. Cecilia here in this bottom of the first inning. As Titus trying to find that elusive final out for this Bulldogs defense, will have a ball that goes once again outside the zone for ball number 2. It's 2-0 the count now to Brooke Bolke. Maddie Bauer on deck and Chloe Rossau in the hole for the Blue Hawks here today. 12-1 on the Wicked Fast scoreboard as the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. Ball 3. It's 3-0 the count now to Bolke. Two down here. Bottom of the first inning still as Titus delivers. That's going to be upstairs for ball number 4 as Brooke Bolke will make her way to first, and now up comes Maddie Bauer. Bauer singled into the gap in left center field in her last plate appearance, scoring a handful of runs, and now has Brooke Bolke on over at first. As Katie Titus delivers now her 19th pitch in this bottom of the first. It's skied up into the air. Jaylee Comer coming on at center field and gets there and gloves it. And that's how this inning will finally come to an end, not before 12 runs come across on 11 hits for the side of Hastings St. Cecilia. And the Blue Hawks will now go to a commercial break. We come back here, second inning action right here at FM 98.1 and 1410 and video live streaming NorthPlattePost.com, sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex as North Platte High School currently trails Hastings St. Cecilia here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard 12-1. 12 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Blue Hawks compared to the Bulldogs. 1 run on 1 hit and no error. Our happening breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as our other sponsors here on the Sports Zone, Justin Thompson Family Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service. No matter what type of insurance you're looking for. Farm, ranch, auto, home, life, for business, they have the answer for all your insurance needs. Check out their offices in North Platte, Ogallala, Broken Bow, and Ord. As well as Kroll Clinic. Check out Dr. Chris Kroll and his staff at Kroll Clinic, located in the Westfield Shopping Center in North Platte, as well as McCook. As Savannah Gove is up to bat for the first time here today against Audrey Rossau. It's a 1-1 count to the new right fielder, Savannah Gove, as last half inning for the Blue Hawks, they exploded on offense. 12 runs came across on their side, and the Bulldogs now find themselves in quite the hole, as it's a now 2-1 count to the right fielder, Gove. Rossau's pitch grounded right up the middle for Savannah Gove as she'll make her way over to first with a leadoff single here in this top of the second inning. That's what the Bulldogs needed if they were looking to slowly grind their way back into this game. Small little chips, inning after inning, is Gove now on over at first for the Bulldogs, with now up to bat being Lexus Erickson, the third baseman. Gove does have some speed, so is a potential steal threat for North Platte, as that pitch from Audrey Rossau is outside for ball number 1. There is some action in the bullpen for North Platte High School. I believe that's Abby Stifler warming up in the pin, as next pitch into Erickson is swung on and missed for strike number 1. It's 1-1 the count now. And Stifler is today's flex player, so there is a possibility that she will be taking the mound. Lauren Bowers was warming up for the Bulldogs last inning, as another ball from Rossau is outside for ball number 2. 2-1 the count now to Lexus Erickson, with Savannah Gove at first base for North Platte. Bulldogs trail 12-1 on the wicket fast scoreboard. That pitch from Rossau sneaks into the zone on the inside part for second strike of this at-bat. 2-2 the count now with nobody out and one runner on for the Bulldogs. The pitch, check swing, is that one pulled outside for ball number 3. Rossau hoping that Erickson would swing on a pitch, but good control from Lexus Erickson. It's now 3-2 the count now with nobody out. Swing and a miss by Erickson for first out of this inning, as Lexus Erickson goes down swinging. And now up to bat for North Platte High School and the Bulldogs, Malia Harmon, the first baseman, and has Savannah Gove at first base for North Platte as they trail in this game 12-1. On deck, Ari Reyna with Casey Joe Munson in the hole for the Bulldogs. First pitch from Rossau is outside for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now. As another call will be in from Abby Musalik to Audrey Rossau. The pitch, that one chipped right up the middle. Rossau will glove it, throw it on over to second, and get the easy force out of Savannah Gove at second base. So reaching first is Malia Harmon with the fielder's choices. Good awareness from Audrey Rossau to throw Savannah Gove out at second to secure the second out of this top of the second inning, with Ari Reyna now up to bat. Reyna, the 9-hole hitter for North Platte High School, is Malia Harmon at first, and after Ari Reyna, back to the top of the order with Casey Joe Munson and Jaylee Comer, as Reyna will see a pitch that's around the knees and in the right corner for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now. The pitch, check swing from Reyna. They won't say she going to say she didn't go around. They actually have a check on over on the infield umpire, and he says Reyna didn't. So 1-1 the count now for Ari Reyna. As back comes Abby Stifler from the bullpen with her warm-ups. 1-1 is very, very low, and good gloved by Musalik to make sure it does not skirt past her glove into the backstop to move Malia Harmon, who is at first base and could potentially steal the second. 2-1 the count now to Reyna as the pitch from Rossau. That one little chip that's gloved up by Avery Kissinger at second base, and that's how this inning will come to an end. The Bulldogs did get a runner on up the middle. Second hit today for them. They now will move to the bottom of the second inning, trailing 12-1 when we come back here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex, FM 98.1. AM 1410, a video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Volts, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Attention, North Platte and surrounding communities. Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment is now proudly serving you from their new location at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right next to Great Plains Urgent Care. Their expert team is here to meet all your home care needs. Whether you need wheelchairs, mobility scooters, lift chairs, or more, they've got the equipment to make your home safer and more comfortable. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510 and take the first step towards regaining your independence.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, back here to Bill Smith Softball Complex. Bulldogs have a new pitcher on the mound here in this top of the second inning. It's going to be Lauren Bowers taking over for Katie Titus. Titus now transitioning over to third base here. Of course, our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. See Kevin McGann at 621 South Dewey Street in North Platte for farm, crop, auto, home, and commercial insurance. Also, thank you to our other sponsors here for today's game, Zeller Motor Company. With over 40 years of combined sales experience, Nate and Joe know how to get you behind the wheel of your dream car. When it comes to financing, Amanda brings over 20 years of banking experience to make your deal smoother and stress-free. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience the difference at Zeller Motor Company? As well as Rooster Roll-Offs. Got a mess that's out of control? Say goodbye to clutter and hello to convenience with Rooster Roll-Offs. Efficiency meets affordability with every roll-off. So why stress? Choose Rooster Roll-Offs today, serving North Platte and the surrounding areas. Give them a call, 308-660-5424. As Bowers' first pitch into Chloe Rossow is grounded foul down the third base side for strike number one. The Bulldogs trailing Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks 12-1 on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. 12 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Blue Hawks. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for North Platte High School as an off-speed from Bowers is just below the knees for ball number one. It's 1-1 the count now. As the Bulldogs once again trying to slowly but steadily work their way back into this ball game, inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter, as Bowers' next pitch is once more called for ball number 2 as it escapes the zone. 2-1 now to Rossow. On deck, Avery Kissinger, the 9-hole hitter. Back to the top of the order with Kyler Widener for Hastings St. Cecilia. Bowers' next pitch. Oh, it's going to find its way into the zone. Good pitch framing there from Tiffany Townsend to help sneak it back in. It's 2-2 the count now with nobody out here in this bottom of the second inning. 12-1 lead for Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks on the Wicked Fast scoreboard as that one's fouled off by Chloe Rossow. As back into the batter's box goes Chloe Rossow, and Lauren Bowers awaits the sign and gets it from catcher Tiffany Townsend. Get on over at third. Katie Titus, that one swung on and flew out to the right field, and it's up and over the head of Savannah Gove, and it's going to fall out of play for a ground rule double. Gove, for half a second, thought it was coming right to where she was sitting in right field, but soon realized that it was going to fly over her head, and when she made the adjustment, the ball took a nasty bounce, and it flies over the netting. So now over at second, Chloe Rossow for her second double today. And now Avery Kissinger comes up to bat. Singled into right field in her first plate appearance. Now we'll swing one and pop it up to right field. Coming on quickly, Savannah Gove. She can't get there in time. It takes another nasty bounce. It passes right by her. Coming home comes Chloe Rossow, and that's like that. Another double, this time for Avery Kissinger. And another run comes across for the side of Hastings St. Cecilia. It's now 13-3 here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard as it looks like we're going to have a position change. So Savannah Gove now coming to the bench with making her way out to right field being Casey Jo Munson. So Munson will take over in right with Savannah Gove now taking over at shortstop for North Platte High School as adjustments are being made. And up to bat now, Kyler Widener. She flew out to Abby Stifler in her last plate appearance, but did walk in her first plate appearance against Ari Randa. This is the third pitcher that Kyler Widener has seen today, and we're only in the bottom of the second inning. A 13-1 lead for the Blue Hawks of Hastings St. Cecilia as Lauren Bowers' first pitch is outside for ball number 1. On deck, Izzy Cavols, and then Abby Musalik in the hole for the Blue Hawks. Bowers, next pitch. That one's low, and it skirts a little bit away from Tiffany Townsend for ball 2. I know right now you look at the score and think 13-1. It's been a tough game for the Bulldogs, and you're absolutely correct, but that doesn't mean that the game is over. There is still plenty of opportunities for this Bulldog team to continue this game onwards, get some more runs across, and keep the game alive, and also show progress and growth. As that pitch is swung on and missed for Kyler Widener. Strike number 1 to the center fielder. 2-1 the count now. 13-1 lead on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. Again, I've seen some weirder stuff in softball and baseball, so never count a team out. As that one slowly chipped, gloved up by Abby Stifler at short, and the throw on over to home. There was a little bit of mistake by Abby Stifler as behind her, Avery Kissinger was very, very far away from the second base bag, but instead of trying to throw it to second, Stifler threw it back home, and just like that, it's a single for Kyler Widener. As now up to bat comes Izzy Cavols. She's on cycle watch right now. A single in her first plate appearance to right field, and a triple to right field in her second. Will be facing Lauren Bowers, and we'll see a ball in there for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now. 2 runners on the base pads for the Blue Hawks of Hastings St. Cecilia. Kissinger at second and Kyler Widener at first. As that one is skied up into the air, drifting towards Casey Jo Munson in right field, and she gets there to glove it for out number 1 as there's the first out of this bottom of the second inning as on comes Casey Jo Munson to glove it. Both runners will be held up in their position, and now with 1 down, 2 runners still on at second and first for Abby Musalik. She grounded out to Abby Stifler in her first plate appearance, or excuse me, in her last plate appearance, and then singled into right in her first. She'll swing on one, and it gets just past Abby Stifler. They're going to bring on home Avery Kissinger. The throw from Jaylee Comer is not in time, so what was a single for Musalik now turns into her being at second base on the throw. And just like that, another run comes across for the side of Hastings St. Cecilia. Audrey Rostow now checks in the bat here for the third time. She doubled in her first plate appearance, hit a home run to center field in her second, and now with a 14-1 lead for the side of Hastings St. Cecilia, trying to advance the runners at second and third. She'll sky one and bloop it into right field, and it falls just barely foul in front of Casey Jo Munson for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard with a 14-1 lead in favor of Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. Lauren Bowers now up for her 15th pitch here in today's game. Has Kyler Widener at third base. I believe Emma Musalik at second. That one swung on by Rostow, and it's gloved up by Savannah Gove on over at second base. So a good glove from Gove, who's now moved over to second base. There's 2 down now here in this inning for Hastings St. Cecilia's. Now I believe we have a courtesy hitter coming on for the side of the Blue Hawks. Tatum Hawkinson taking over for Paisley Mangers. And Mangers hit a home run last inning for the Blue Hawks. She is today's flex player for Hastings St. Cecilia. And now it's a two outs here in this bottom of the second inning, and a 14-1 lead on the wicket fast scoreboard for the Blue Hawks as Bowers' first pitch into Hawkinson is outside for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now. Kyler Widener at third with Emma Musalik on over at second. As the 1-0 from Bowers is swung on and foul tipped off by Hawkinson for strike number 1. It's 1-1 the count now. On deck for Hastings St. Cecilia, Brooke Bolke and then Maddie Bauer for the Blue Hawks, leading 14-1. As back into the batter's box goes Hawkinson, and Lauren Bowers now moves into the circle. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and driven to center field, but Jaylee Comer is there to glove it for out number 3, and the Bulldogs will end this inning only giving up a handful of runs. We're going out to the top of the third, a 14-1 lead in favor of Hastings St. Cecilia. We come back here to the Bill Smith Sports Complex, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and we do live streaming, NordPlattePost.com, sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Attention barbecue lovers. Smokin' Double D's at Butch's in Hershey is locally owned and operated. They smoke all their own meats low and slow to bring you award-winning barbecue. Join them Tuesday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturdays till 11 p.m., and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., with breakfast served on Sundays from 8 to 11. And don't miss their chicken fried steak every Friday night and prime rib on Saturdays. Smokin' Double D's, making greatness happen overnight in Hershey.
Are foot and ankle problems slowing you down? At Great Plains Foot and Ankle, they specialize in treating turf toe, sprains, fractures, Achilles tendon injuries, and sports injuries to your foot or ankle. Their expert team provides personalized care and top-notch orthotics to get you back on your feet. Don't let pain hold you back. Visit Great Plains Foot and Ankle and step into comfort. Call them today at 308-532-3600 or visit gpfootandankle.com. Great Plains Foot and Ankle, your step towards better health.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM, KWOQ AM, North Platte. Merrick's Ranch House is a proud supporter to bring you this game. Dine in, order online at merricksnp.com, use DoorDash, or call 532-8200 for carryout. Merrick's Ranch House.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. It's currently a 14-1 lead here in this top of the third inning for Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. We have North Platte High School and the Bulldogs. That's on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. Have you downloaded the My Phillips 66 app yet? If not, you're missing out on so much savings with Wicked Fast. Also, thank you to our timeout sponsors here for today's game, Kevin McGann and the Fortified Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortified Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as Casey Joe Munson's hit is lopped into right field and falls just in front of Izzy Cavols in right, and also, even better, just in front of the foul line in right field. So Casey Joe Munson collects the Bulldogs' third hit in today's ball game and also puts a runner in at first base. Also, thank you to our sponsors here at The Gathering Spot, a home for all gatherings, a place for baby showers, wedding showers, birthdays, anniversaries, family reunions, graduations, and so much more. Now, for chairs, tables, decorations, and have a number of different packages ranging from a few hours to the entire weekend. Also, thank you here to our Sports Zone sponsors, Bad Apple Repair. From cracked screens to busted speakers and even those stubborn charging ports, they got you covered. Fast, friendly, and reliable service at Bad Apple Repair. Don't wait. Swing by Zeller Motors and get your Apple back in the game. It's currently a 1-1 count now into Jaylee Comer with Casey Joe Munson at first base in this top of the third inning. A 14-1 lead for Hastings St. Cecilia. 14 runs on 14 hits, no errors for the Blue Hawks compared to 1 run on 3 hits and no errors for the side of North Platte High School, as it's a 2-1 count now into the center fielder, Jaylee Comer. She walked in her last plate appearance against Audrey Rossau, as another pitch from Rossau will just sneak below the bat of Comer for strike number 2. It's 2-2 the count now as Comer looks to lay the bunt down and to move Casey Joe Munson to second. Rossau gets the side from Musalik, and the 2-2. Swung on by Comer and fouled back to the fence for a repeat of a 2-2 count coming up. On deck, J.C. Lear for North Platte High School with Katie Titus in the hole for the Bulldogs. As Rossau will step back into the pitching circle and get the sign. The 2-2. That one's high and tight. Casey Joe Munson will take off into second and maybe potentially take off for third, but she won't. The ball slipped away from Chloe Rossau, but on over with the successful steal is Casey Joe Munson. And now it's a 3-2 count to the center fielder, Jaylee Comer. So the Bulldogs in a good position to maybe bring a couple runs across. As here comes a 3-2 from Rossau. Skied up by Comer. It's drifting towards foul territory and will fall just beside the Blue Hawks dugout for another 3-2 count on the way. As Comer will get ready for the 3-2 once more to keep this at-bat alive. Here it comes, 3-2. Swing and a miss by Jaylee Comer, and that's how the Bulldogs will find their first out on the offensive side of things with a strikeout to Jaylee Comer. And here comes J.C. Lear. In her first at-bat, she sacrificed bunted Jaylee Comer to third base. And now has a runner, Casey Joe Munson, at second, so she potentially could do the same thing right here. As Audrey Rossau's pitch is upstairs for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now to the left fielder, Lear. Katie Titus on deck with Tiffany Townsend in the hole. Again, these two teams coming to today's game on different sides of the win streak and lose streak columns. The Bulldogs are on a 2-game winning streak compared to Hastings St. Cecilia, who is on a 1-game losing streak, as the next pitch into Lear is once again above the letters for ball number 2. It's 2-0 the count now with 1 down here in this top of the third inning. The 2-0 swung on by Lear, and she misses it for strike number 1. 2-1 now the count. As Lear gets the sign from third base and head coach Leah O'Donnell-Greeno, and she'll get back into the batter's box. 2-1 now. Check swing, but the pitch will find its way into the strike zone for strike number 2. It's 2-2 the count now with Casey Joe Munson at second base for North Platte High School. This top of the third inning. Rossau's 2-2. Swung on and driven down the third base line, but pulled very foul for another 2-2 count. Good contact from J.C. Lear. Just needs to hone it in a little more, and that next hit, if she can get it, can bring a run home. 2-2 once again as Rossau's pitch is delivered. Swung on, and this time foul as it's drifting towards the other field that has a game on it, but it falls just shy of that field for another 2-2 count. Good battle here between J.C. Lear and Audrey Rossau. 57 pitches for Rossau, 31 strikes to 26 balls. The 2-2. That one's way upstairs and outside. A great glove by Abby Musalik to keep it from moving Casey Joe Munson from second. And now it's a full count pitch to J.C. Lear. With 1 down here in this top of the third inning, hits another one that's upstairs, ball 4, and J.C. Lear will waltz her way on over to first with a walk. And Here comes the ever-dangerous Katie Titus. Again, last Thursday when the Bulldogs were in Hastings taking on Lincoln Standing Bear and the Grizzlies in this exact spot, Katie Titus hit a 3-run home run to left field. As Abby Musalik will go have a talk with pitcher Audrey Rossau. And with that, a prime opportunity for the Bulldogs to start the rally, or at least start putting one foot in front of the other and get some more runs across here with Katie Titus. 1 out in this top of the third inning. 14-1 lead on the wicket fast scoreboard as that pitch from Rossau's outside for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now. Rossau really in these last couple of pitchers struggling to find that same control and pitch placement she had earlier in the ball game. As her 61st pitch is once more upstairs and away. It's ball 2. It's 2-0 the count now to Katie Titus. As the pitch, once again, upstairs above the letters, ball 3. Audrey Rossau really struggling to get the ball into the zone. These last two pitchers, Katie Titus is staring down the barrel of a walk as the 3-0 pitch is swung on and fouled right back to our press box for strike number 1. It's 3-1 the count now to Katie Titus. On deck, Tiffany Townsend with Savannah Gove in the hole for North Platte High School. Trailing 14-1 on the wicket fast scoreboard. Runners at second and first. Lear at first. Casey Cho Munson at second. The 3-1 is in the dirt. Ball 4, and just like that, the bases are loaded for Tiffany Townsend to come up. As time will be called and out to have a talk with the Blue Hawks pitching staff. Will now go out and have a discussion with Audrey Rossau as Bulldogs now have the bases loaded with 1 out in this top of the third inning. As Natalie Kissinger goes out and have a discussion with Rossau and the pitchers as again, the Bulldogs have the bases loaded. Casey Jo Munson at third, J.C. Lear at second, and Katie Titus at first. A really good top of the third inning here for North Platte High School. Patient, consistent hitters that are making Audrey Rossau put the ball into the strike zone, and so far she has struggled to do so after getting the first out of this inning. And now because of that, the Bulldogs, with their patience, have got the bases loaded with only 1 out in this top of the third inning, trailing 14-1 on the wicket fast scoreboard. Townsend line drived out to Chloe Rossau in her last plate appearance. Let's see if she can find a hit and bring some runs home. That first pitch from Audrey Rossau is way in the dirt on a fastball for ball number 1. Nobody warming up for the Blue Hawks at the moment, as Rossau will get the sign in from Musalik. I say that, and there looks to be some action in the bullpen for the Blue Hawks as Townsend will foul one back to the grandstands for strike number 1. Do have some action that's rolling out to the bullpen for Hastings St. Cecilia. As that one, once again, is fouled off the bat of Tiffany Townsend. As it's Paisley Mangers that heading back to warm up. As that's fouled off for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now to Tiffany Townsend is actually warming up as Emerson Kissinger. That pitch from the side of Audrey Rossau outside on a fastball. 2-2 the count to the catcher, Tiffany Townsend. Bases loaded for the Bulldogs. The pitch upstairs once more. It's 3-2 the count now. So a walk here would most definitely guarantee a run for North Platte High School as Audrey Rossow in a tough situation with the bases loaded. The 3-2 fouled off the bat of Tiffany Townsend for another 3-2 count. Emerson Kissinger, pitcher warming up for Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks, leading 14-1 this top of the third inning. Bases loaded for North Platte. Titus at first. Lear at second and Munson at third. The 3-2 is high once again. Ball 4, and with that coming home to score for the Bulldogs, Casey Joe Munson, and it's now 14-2 as time will be called, and they're going to go right to the bullpen. As coming into play will be Emerson Kissinger taking over for Audrey Rossow, who's given up another run for the side of the Blue Hawks. So that'll end the day today for Kissinger. He's only given up 2 runs on 3 hits for Hastings St. Cecilia. Strong day for her, but has really kind of come apart in this third inning with the bases loaded. She was pretty high up in the pitch count, as with a 14-2 lead here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard, Emerson Kissinger now takes over. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back here, new pitching action on the mound for Hastings St. Cecilia here at FM 98.1 and 1410 and video live streaming NorthPlattePost.com, sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Where do you go for wings?
Dave's Place.
Where do you go for pizza?
Dave's Place.
What about cold drinks, a family atmosphere, and nightly specials?
Dave's Place.
Sounds like a sweep for Dave's Place. Pizza made from fresh dough, drink deals, and yes, the best pizza and wings.
It's Dave's Place.
Dave's Place on East 4th Street or at davesplacenp.com.
Order it, carry out, DoorDash. Dave's Place. Whoop, whoop.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season with
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. It's the top of the third inning of 14-2 lead in favor of Hastings St. Cecilia on the Wicked Fast scoreboard as Emerson Kissinger takes over. She'll be facing off against Savannah Gove for the first time today. Gove singled up the middle against Audrey Rossow in her last plate appearance. Half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. First pitch from Kissinger is high upstairs for ball number 1. Following Gove, Alexis Erickson and Malia Harmon. The Bulldogs still have the bases loaded. That next pitch from Kissinger is swung on and missed by Gove for strike number 1. Tiffany Townsend at first. Katie Titus at second, then J.C. Lear at third for North Platte High School. 14-2 lead, the 1-1 count. Here it comes. That one lopped into center field. Onwards comes one, Kyler Wagner. She'll get the glove, and easily tagging up and coming home is J.C. Lear. So a sacrifice fly from the side of Samantha Gove will score the runner on over at third base, J.C. Lear, and the Bulldogs now trail 14-13 here in this top of the third inning. As Katie Titus still sits at second, and Tiffany Townsend at first, with Alexis Erickson now up to bat for North Platte High. She struck out swinging in her first plate appearance against Audrey Rossow as you'll see a pitch from Emerson Kissinger into the zone for strike number 1 on a fastball. Malia Harmon on deck with Ari Reyna in the hole for the Bulldogs offense. As there is some more action in the bullpen for North Platte High, as that's a big swing and a miss. Actually, that's Lauren Bowers who's up to bat for North Platte High School. As Bowers will swing and miss on another one. It's 0-2 the count quickly here. 14-3 lead in favor of the Blue Hawks. 0-2 with 2 down. As here comes the pitch in to Bowers. It's there, strike 3, and just like that, this inning will come to an end. The Bulldogs did get 2 runs to come across and now trail 14-3. We come back now, bottom of the third inning, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com, with a new pitcher on the mound, it looks like, for North Platte High School, sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Can you feel it? The feeling of starting something new. The feeling of success. At Mid-Plains Community College, our instructors are ready and willing to support you on every step of your educational journey. Whether you're just starting out or changing careers, MPCC can help you transform your future. Learn more by visiting our website at npcc.edu. That's npcc.edu.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Visit Jay Engel in North Platte at www.fbfs.com.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
North Platte Post Sports.
We'll go back here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Bulldogs trailing Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks 14-3. 14 runs on 14 hits for the side of Hastings St. Cecilia. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Bulldogs as well as either side. Our scoreboard there is sponsored by Wicked Fast. Have you downloaded the My Phillips 66 app yet? If not, you're missing out on so much savings with Wicked Fast. Located across from the Do-It Center in North Platte, don't forget to sign up today for the My Phillips 66 app and start saving today. Also, our half-inning break sponsor, Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. So Lauren Bowers is still on the mound for North Platte High School. She'll be facing off against Brooke Bulkey for the now third time Bulkey will be up to bat. She singled in her first plate appearance, then walked in her second as Bowers' first pitch into Bulkey will be outside on an off-speed for ball number 1. On deck, Maddie Bauer, then Chloe Rossau, a 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the Blue Hawks. As Bowers is 1-0. Is above the letters on another off-speed. 2-0 the count now to Brooke Bulkey. It looked like there was some action in the bullpen for North Platte with Casey Jo Munson warming up. That's a possibility, but so far, Bauer is still taking over as that pitch will find the zone. For the first time in this at-bat, it's 2-1 the count now to Brooke Bulkey. 2-1, nobody out, nobody on. The pitch, swing and a miss by Brooke Bulkey for strike number 2. It's a 2-2 count as Lauren Bowers now starting to find a good rhythm for North Platte High School here today. Trailing 14-3 in this bottom of the third inning. Next pitch from Bowers. Swung on, and it's going to get into center field for a base hit just off the glove of one Savannah Gove. And Brooke Bulkey will lead off this bottom of the third inning with a single. And now put a runner at first base for the Blue Hawks with Maddie Bauer up to bat. She flew out to Jaylee Comer in her last plate appearance, but did single into the gap in left center in her first go-around. Will be now facing Lauren Bowers with a runner at first base being Bulkey, and the first pitch from Lauren Bowers is outside the zone for ball number 1. It's 1-0 now. On deck should be Chloe Rossau with Avery Kissinger in the hole. A 14-3 lead for Hastings St. Cecilia here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. Swung on, chopper on over to Abby Stifler. She can't hold on to it, and with that, a nice single from the side of the Blue Hawks to put 2 runners aboard. It took a nasty short hop just out of the glove of Abby Stifler. She was in great position right where she needed to be, just unfortunately took a hard bounce and she couldn't glove it, and with that, here comes Chloe Rossow. She doubled into right field in her last 2 plate appearances. Now has 2 runners on for Hastings St. Cecilia. She'll ground one off the glove of Abby Stifler once again, and now the bases are loaded for the Blue Hawks as Stifler came charging up, and unfortunately it bounced right off of her glove. And here comes a courtesy hitter for the side of Hastings St. Cecilia. Anna Stritt, for the first time today, has the bases loaded with Bolke at third, Bauer at second, and Chloe Rossow at first base for the Blue Hawks, threatening to score. Already up 14-3 on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. Following Stritt will be Kyler Widener, then Izzy Gavols as Bowers' first pitch into Stritt is outside for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now. So a tough position for Lauren Bowers to be in with nobody out. This bottom of the 3rd inning and the bases loaded. The 1-0. Make that a 1-1 as it sneaks in just above the knees for a strike. 1-1 the count from Lauren Bowers. She's up to 28 total pitches, 19 strikes to 9 balls. 1-1, Bowers into the motion. A pitch outside for ball number 2. Tiffany Townsend tried her best to pitch frame it into the zone, but no good. It's 2-1 now, the count to Anna Stritt. As Bowers will get the sign from Tiffany Townsend and step back into this pitching circle. Here comes the 2-1 on the way. Stritt turns on one, gloved up by Titus. She'll throw it home, not in time. It gets away from Tiffany Townsend, and another run will score for Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. And that's how this game will come to an end. Katie Titus, unfortunately, gunned it a little too quick into Tiffany Townsend out of her reach. And for the Bulldogs, their day will come to an end as they fall in this one 16-3 in 3 innings. A tough trip out here to Hastings as the Bulldogs last week when they faced off against Lincoln Standing Bear picked up the victory, but couldn't do so on their second trip today and fall to a very, very strong Hastings St. Cecilia team. 16-3 now fall to 5-7 on the season. We're going to step aside and we're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be our quick stop post-game show right here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com. Sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Taylor is living the Runza dream.
The Fry Life is the high life.
He's stacking up rewards on the Runza mobile app.
Points on points on points on points.
That's a lot of free food from Runza.
Yep, I'm headed there for lunch today.
Download the Runza mobile app to start getting rewards. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Looking for a car buying experience that's a cut above the rest? Welcome to Zeller Motor Company, where you can experience the difference. With over 40 years of combined sales experience, Nate and Joe know how to get you behind the wheel of your dream car. And when it comes to financing, Amanda brings over 20 years of banking expertise to make your deal smooth and stress-free. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience the difference at Zeller Motor Company? Visit them today and drive away with confidence.
Get ready for the ultimate fun day out. Start at Brigham's Tap Room with a brand new menu you won't want to miss. Catch all of the action on game day with your favorite teams on our big screens. Pair the excitement with amazing drinks, and you've got the ultimate game day experience at Brigham's Tap Room. And when you're ready for more fun, head over to Wild Bill's Fun Center. Dive into our action-packed arcade, knock down pins in our bowling alley, and gear up for an epic laser tag battle. There's something for everyone at Wild Bill's, where the fun never stops.
Can you feel it? The feeling of starting something new. The feeling of success. At Mid-Plains Community College, our instructors are ready and willing to support you on every step of your educational journey. Whether you're just starting out or changing careers, MPCC can help you transform your future. Learn more by visiting our website at npcc.edu. That's npcc.edu.
Your family depends on you. That's why you work hard to make sure they have everything they need. With life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company, you'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most. Now's the time to plan ahead. Let's talk about protecting your loved one's financial future and finding peace of mind you and your loved ones deserve. For details, contact Justin, 534-2400, or stop by 501 South Dewey Street, just south of Little Caesars Pizza on the corner of E and Dewey.
American Family Insurance.
If you'd like to start feeling better today, physical therapy can get your health back on track. This is Dr. Chris Kroll at Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, and our mission is to serve you by equipping you with the power to reclaim your health. Whether you're dealing with chronic pain, acute injury, or following surgery, we take great pride in helping you return to the activities you love. Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, balancing bodies, restoring life. Most insurance is accepted and no facility fees.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season. With North Platte and Nebraska weather, things change quickly and can make our lives a little more difficult. Thank goodness for the DNN. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information for all sports seasons. For over 30 years in our community, for your next event, the DNN Event Center.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Visit Jay Engel in North Platte at www.fbfs.com.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back here to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Tough game for North Platte High School and the Bulldogs as they fall 16-3 to Hastings St. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks. Cecilia and the Blue Hawks improve now to 9-2 on the season compared to North Platte High School, who now falls to 5-7 overall. A tough game for the Bulldogs, and we knew it was going to be quite a challenge coming into today's Hastings St. Cecilia, a really, really good Class B school in softball, and Bulldogs really had to play their A game. And we're coming into today's game on a hot streak, 2 wins in a row coming off of a triangular in Gehring, but unfortunately, we're unable to continue that momentum into today. Pitching was a bit of a problem, and there's going to be a couple of games like that with how young this team is in terms of their varsity experience. We knew there was going to be a couple of games that the Bulldogs were going to struggle on the mound, and unfortunately today was Ari Reyna who had to be the bearer of that struggle. After coming off of a strong performance against Shattern where she went 3 2/3 inning, only giving up that 1 hit in the game, unfortunately came into today and got axed in the first inning after giving up 12 runs in that first inning. Bulldogs did start off with a run to come across in there, top of the first inning, and then 2 more came across in the top of the third. But after that, 12 runs came across in the bottom of the first for Hastings, 2 in the second, and then 2 in the third for the Blue Hawks, and that's how we got to this 16-3 score. Quick Stop post-game show here, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. So the Bulldogs will most certainly want to shake this one off, giving up 16 runs on 14 hits. They did have 5 errors, the Bulldogs did. Hastings St. Cecilia did come across with 2 errors on their side. Bulldogs ended up with 4 hits overall in their 3 runs. They'll look to bounce back here in a couple of days and shake off the wouldn't say the rust, but get this game in the back view mirror. Because these are one of these games that you just got to really shake off what happened here and move on to the next game. Because if you let this kind of linger in your brain, only bad things will happen for you. They'll be taking on Lincoln Southeast in a doubleheader at Lincoln on Thursday at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. We, though, when I mean we, Eagle Media, will be in Norfolk this Friday for North Platte High School, taking on Norfolk. Bulldogs coming off of a tough loss at home against Lincoln East last Friday. Look to bounce back and get their first win of the season against Norfolk in Norfolk. Our quick stop pregame begins at 6:30 with kickoff at 7 o'clock live on FM 98.1. AM 1410 and video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com. I will not be there, as I will unfortunately be on vacation for a wedding that day. So Derek Beck will be taking over the reins. It's so funny. I joked about it a couple of weeks ago how Derek Beck took over for me on a Friday game when I got sick before we had to travel to Norfolk last year. And the time that I had to go to this wedding is the same time at Norfolk as it was last year. So Derek will be playing 2 of the Norfolk games for me. But that'll do it for us. We'll see you on Friday for more North Platte High School coverage right here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming NorthPlattePost.com, sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center. As also thank you to our other sponsors here for today's game, Smokin' Double D's at Butch's in Hershey, locally owned and operated. They smoke their own meats low and slow to bring you award-winning barbecue. We'll see you all this Friday for North Platte High School taking on Norfolk in football.
The preceding was an Eagle Media Sports presentation.